Hello everyone, this is Julie from Diamond Cloud Studio, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Daler Rowney FW acrylic inks. I have two sets, and I'm just going to show you them all here right now. It's hard to see, but this is like a spice rack, and it's got different levels, and I've repurposed it to hold my inks. I now have two sets, so I'm going to share with you about those, but first I want to kind of move this out of the way, and I'll show you that this is the box they come in. I'm sure you've seen it before. There is a little thing to hold them in, and a lot of I've ordered both of my sets off of Amazon. This is my newest one, which is the Fluorescent set. I don't have the box to the other one, but it's exactly the same, and they just sit in these little cardboard holders. And when they ship them, a lot of people complain that the inks are all broken. They got pictures of the package all full of ink. Luckily for me, the first time my inks were loose, but they weren't broken, and the second time they came packaged in a box with all kinds of like craft paper around them, so they didn't move at all. So I think they're finally realizing they have to do a little bit extra packaging when they mail these. They're made just to be in the store. All right, I want to read to you just a little bit of what they say. Excuse me. FW acrylic ink is a multi-surface pigment-based ink, particularly ideal for airbrush and technical pens. Water-based, water-resistant when dry. For inside and outdoor use. Highlight fatness. Intermixable. Shake well before use. And they're made in the UK. And that's probably about all the information that comes on the box. I did hear somebody explain there's the FW inks, there's the System 3 inks. And I don't know if they have another line too, but this person on YouTube was saying that the FW is the professional, and it's more pigmented than the System 3. I just happened to get these because these were the ones that were in a set. So I'm very happy about that I got those. All right, now let's see. All right, I'm gonna show you the original set. And let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here without making too much noise. All right. This is the original set. It's called a primary mixing set, and it comes with black and white. I haven't had any use for the black yet. I tried it just on a piece of paper, and it dried very matte, and it kind of looked like a chalkboard paint is what it reminded me of. And so I tested a few colored pencils on it, and they showed up, and that's all I've done with it. So, but the white, I've used almost half the bottle. So I'm going to do a reorder on this and just get one bottle. They're like $8 or $9 on Amazon, but on Blick, they're like $5 or $6. So probably gonna do another Blick order. I also want the silver. I do have the gold. That was my very first purchase, was the gold. And you can see it's not mixed up. It kind of looks blue when it's not mixed up. And they do separate when they sit, and you just have to shake them up before you use them. So yeah, I would like the silver also. So we have the black and the white. We have a red, and let's see, crimson is the red color, and it's cyan blue. And I don't think, oh, they do have numbers. They do have numbers on the bottle. I don't know if there's any other information on the bottle. Don't think so. Oh, it does have the little AP logo on there, so you know it's been approved and safe for use. All right, and then we have the magenta and processed yellow, and these are the ones I've used the most out of this set. So I haven't done a lot of experimenting. I do have some samples here to show you what I've done with them. And I'll show you that at the end. This isn't going to be a very long video. I thought about actually doing some playing around with them on video, but I have to cover my desk. It can get very messy, and I just decided that that probably wasn't a good idea to do on camera because I get nervous on camera anyway. So I thought, nope, I'm not going to mess around with them on camera, but you can watch other videos on YouTube where they actually play with them. So in the fluorescent set, we have rose, blue, and we have red and green. They're just ordinary names, yellow and orange. I was really happy about the orange. Now I tried to, I wanted to show you. So this is the set that I just bought. I got a really good deal on the primary set. This set was quite expensive. I think it was like $27 on Amazon. And I think it was actually on sale a little bit. So, but I really wanted the fluorescents. I don't know why, but I've just really been into really bright colors. So I'm glad I got them, even though I paid a little bit more for them. Now, I'll show you two things that I've gotten to use with them. These are little glass bottles with glass stoppers, and they're from the Dollar Tree. And you get two for $1.25. I bought 6 of these because my plan was I wanted to mix colors. So I did experiment a little bit with mixing colors over the weekend, and I gotta say, I didn't have that great of luck. So I've got to do some more studying, but I made a light pink, and this is gonna shake the table. I did make a light pink, but I'm having a problem with it not really mixing up that well. It says they're mixable, but I did get a light pink out of that. And here I was trying to do an orange with the primary set of yellow and red. And instead, it just kind of came out this dirty brown. And then I added some white, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might actually pour it out. So I guess I have more to learn about color mixing. So I'll spend some time and see if I can actually do some better colors than these. But the light pink is pretty okay. I wish it was even lighter, but I'd have to use so much of my white to lighten it anymore. So my big mistake there was putting in too much of the pink ink before I added the white. Now also there's an issue because, you can't see it here. These stoppers do not go all the way to the bottom. They go pretty far. So you've got to mix quite a bit to be able to actually use it. And my fingers are actually stained from playing in the ink this weekend. So it's a little messy. If you don't like messy, you're probably not going to want to mix colors, and you don't need to. Now, I also got these pens, if you remember from my birthday haul. I got 2 sets of these. For a while on Amazon, these were selling for $17 for 1 pen. Oh, and that's another thing. In your set, if you buy one of these sets of 6, you get a pen in it. So that's how I first got the pen. And then I filled it with gold ink. And I'm going to show you the pens that I'm actually going to demonstrate those because that's not too messy. So I put the gold in there and loved it. And that's why I want the silver ink, is because I want to put that in a pen also. So then I found these on Amazon. They were from a private seller. I had to pay shipping, but it still came out. I think I got 2 packages, which means 4 pens, and they come with 2 extra nibs. And I think it was like $12 maybe. So, and I bought the last 2. Now, I don't know, by now there might be more on there. I almost wish I had more because I only have 2 left. And I want to put silver in 1. So I'm thinking about doing the fluorescent green maybe in the other one. I'm not exactly sure. So I'll see if I can get any more of those cheap. If I can't, then I probably won't do any more of that. So here's the pens that I've done. Whoops. All right. As you can see, the gold. Oops. And then I did the fluorescent yellow, fluorescent orange, and then fluorescent pink, which is absolutely my favorite. Now, I will demonstrate these because they're not messy. But first, before I do that, I want to show you a little bit of what I've, how I played around with them. Let's see if we can move everything out of here. All right. I have a few things on loose paper. I guess I don't really have anything here. Oh, I can show you. This is when I started out doing the magenta, trying to make it light pink. This is my first try, second try, and then this was third try. So I did get it lighter, but I don't know. I'm not too crazy about that, but I'm going to try out the pens on here for you. But first, I'll show you just a few things that I've done. This is with the original set, and it's the yellow and the magenta together. These inks work like watercolor. And if you wet your paper first, and then you put the ink down, you can actually just drop it in the water and then tip it, the paper. You don't even need to use a paintbrush. And you can get just incredible colors and texture. It's just beautiful. I absolutely love it. Here is where I just tested it on. This is 100% cotton. This is not. This is Five Below cheap watercolor paper. And they performed amazing on there. And here is on the 100% cotton, I did a blue. This again was, I pre-wet the paper and then just took the dropper and you just squeeze it along and then you just let it travel down into the water and it just disperses and makes beautiful, beautiful marks. And then here is another one. I think this was a different brand. I had my sister-in-law's, she had a different kind and I was comparing them. Okay, then, here's another background that I did. And I was just playing around. This again is on cheap paper. And so then I just drew some trees over it. And I don't know, I used some kind of it might be colored watercolor pencils. And then I used a brush. I'm not too crazy about it, but it was fun. And you can see how they make a beautiful background. Then I did some experimenting on black paper. And this was with the magenta, the yellow, and a little bit of white. And this again was, I don't think I wet the paper. This is mixed media paper. I'm not too crazy about it. But I think I just dropped it down and then tipped it. And I wasn't trying to make the shape of a leaf. I was just seeing how it flowed and everything. And I did keep adding to it, and I think it got a little muddy in places. I probably should have stopped sooner than I did, but I was just experimenting. So anyway, after it all dried, this is beautiful right here. After it all dried, I thought it looked like a leaf. Excuse me. I need to get a drink of water. So I took my Jelly Roll size 10 pen and I went around the outside of it, and then I decided to actually draw the veins in it, and I love the way it came out. So that was just kind of an accidental, playful experiment. Didn't try to make a leaf, it just turned out that way. And okay, let's see what else. This is the newest thing that I've done and the one that I'm most happy with and proud of. I was watching a YouTuber and I do not know her name and I haven't been able to find the video again. But she was doing a landscape with these acrylic inks, and this again is the original set. And so I watched it once and then I followed along and did it as she was doing it. And I'm really happy the way it turned out. Of course, it doesn't look anything like hers. Hers was amazing. But I'm most happy about the clouds because these are the best clouds I've ever made. And I'm really into the sky and clouds, so it's something I want to learn. So, but the problem that I had was that she wasn't showing, excuse me, she wasn't showing every single thing she did. So I figured out that when I did the white, I wet my paintbrush. I put the white on there and then I wet my paintbrush, and I think it diluted the white too much. And I think maybe she was using a dry brush or she was using a hardly wet brush. So even though I did a bunch of layers, I did not get the brightness white that she did. So I'm going to try this experiment again and use less water. So that was my favorite thing I've done. I just done that this weekend. So, all right, I'll show you the pens, and then that's going to be it for this video. I know it's not going to be that long, but I am going to try to record. I'm going to do this upside down. I'm going to try to record another video yet today, this morning, before the sun comes out and ruins my desk. All right, I'm going to shake these pens up. You do need to shake them up. And they're very easy to fill because it just screws off down here and it takes off this whole part. And all you're left with is just the hole. And then you take your dropper of your ink, you just hold your pen up, fill the dropper, drop it in. Now I did 4 of these pens and I didn't spill once. So you can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it. So this part is not messy. Okay, I'll show you the gold first because the gold is the first one I ever did. And oh, you can see here now, if I get this up here. Oh, let me see if it's gonna focus. You can see my nib is kind of messed up. Now, once it gets really bad, you can take this apart and you can pull that nib out and switch it for the other end. And then you'll have a longer life, but I'll show you why this happened to my pen in a minute. But here, I'll just, the sound is maybe not that great. It kind of makes a scratchy sound. And I'm not really, oh, wow, that looks dry. Okay, wow. That might just because the nib is damaged. Now, I'll show you why. I'll show you why I damaged the nib. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. I had to go get my huge Roll Talents sketchbook and get the page here. I got these huge stencils from my sister-in-law and I did them in the book. I don't want to move the camera again, so I'm just gonna show you. They're huge. And I used the pen and they came out fabulous. But because you're rubbing on the edge of the plastic stencil, it does damage the nib a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll see how long they last because I can't just get these. I just can't like go out and buy 10 of these. They're too expensive. So that's the gold. And now I'll do the pink, which is absolutely my favorite. Now see, this line is thinner because it hasn't been worn down as much. And I haven't even tested these, so they might need a little bit more shaking. And yeah, if you don't like the noise, you're not gonna like that. But I don't like the noise either, but I'll put up with it for the fun of the pen. The yellow is incredible. Now this one's much flowier. Look at that. And then you can do, you know, you can color it in just kind of like you would a regular marker. I don't know, it probably won't make a nice smooth, no. I probably just use these for, I don't know what that will look like when it dries. I just want to use them for line work, so. All right, now the last one is the orange. sure the book is in there. The orange fluorescent is not that pigmented. Unless it looks so bright here, but it doesn't come out that way with the pen, I don't think. But again, I only just got these last weekend, so I haven't played around with them too much. So what I really want to do is use the color as background color, and just experiment and have some fun with them. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing this little video. Look at all these gorgeous colors back in the picture. Okay, so I think that's all that I have to share with you about these inks. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them on Blick. Michael's used to carry them, but they don't anymore, but I've heard about people getting them there. And Joann's used to carry a pretty good selection of single ones, but they were like 10 bucks a piece. And we all know Joann's is going out of business, so there's probably not much left there. I went once and everything was on sale like 30% off. I just never went back. I know they have knocked down their prices now, but I figure there's probably not much left of the stuff that I would want. So, yeah, I just haven't been back. So my next video is going to be about some White Nights watercolor, and I'm going to have an unboxing. I have one set that I bought myself for my birthday, and I just swatched them last week and love them so much. They're the granulating colors that I ordered the other set of granulating colors, and they're still in the box. So that's going to be my next video. So look for that. I try to do my videos I try to release a video about once a week. Sometimes I do it 3 days, sometimes I do it 2 weeks. It just depends. I have a hard time sometimes being able to film videos because of my arthritis, and also because of the sun, which shines in on my desk and casts tons of shadows in the afternoon. And so I have to get my videos done in the morning, and I see the sun is coming out. So I'll try to do that other video after I have a little break, and then I'll have one that I can release even though I don't need to film it. Like right now, I don't have any, so I have to film this so I can get you guys a video. So I hope you enjoyed it and love you. Thank you for all the comments, all the likes, and for all my subscribers. I think I have 314 now, so that's exciting. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day and do something creative. Love you guys. Bye.